GM, and we are live from the Siren Orders in Kerala. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we have phenomenal guests. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we have a phenomenal guest. So delighted to bring him up. We have Jermaine here from, they're doing some really phenomenal work, and we really want to dive in the trenches and really understand the project. So Jermaine, tell us a little bit about yourself, your experience, and kind of how the project kind of came together.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, thank you, Tony, for having me and the whole Syrian AI team. Um, you know, my history, and we've kind of done this a bit before, but my history is a bit crazy across the board. I started in the space back in 2016. I was a front end developer for Bitcoin Private, and this is where we were integrating Bitcoin and Z Classic using Z Snarks. Fast forward to 2019, 2020, did some work with Juicebox Protocol, Solidity Layer 1. This is when everyone was like raising funds via DAO. It's the whole DAO craze, and everyone was raising funds that way. And so there was governance, consensus, everything on the back end that we were making it kind of that first no code friendly of how people want to raise funds via DAO, right? 2022, 2023 is when I started building VentureMind AI, which is our headquartered company, right? And so what VentureMind AI is we're more so of an in-house group that builds AI products across the board, AI projects across the board. So from agents that help you host space on X, to agents that build Airbnb generators and LinkedIn profile generators. So we have over 150 agents on VentureMind AI. But now we're branching more into full out projects, right? That are going to be launching under that flag. We were incubated by Seedify in 2024, did their accelerator for about 14 weeks, launched December 11th, 2020, of 2024. Yeah. And did great, 25X, the community's happy, everyone was happy, so I have a reputation in the space of building, right, and wanting to partner with groups that want to support builders and don't put that gate in front of them, right. And so yeah, that's so with blah blah protocol we can jump into it, but this was the next problem that we saw that we're trying to fix.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're a true OG in the space. Absolutely love your, experience. And I think, you were getting into, ZK before everybody even knew what it was. So definitely ahead of your time there for sure. Talk to me more about the, specific problem statement that you guys are attacking with blah, blah protocol.
Yeah, so a friend introduced me to the whole InfoFi, SocialFi, AttentionFi space, right? And because they wanted us to do a leaderboard, I'm like, "What's that?" And he was showing me through it, and so as I looked at a lot of the bigger platforms, and I said, "Oh, okay, very cool." I see what they're doing. It's more like a campaign, a Questin, a Galaxy. There's different niches across the board of what this is, but I saw that a lot of the micro KOLs and nano KOLs that were helping these macro KOLs were never winning in the reward pool, right? They were never partaking in it. It's a zero sum game almost. All they could do really was support the macro KOLs and hopefully earn some points based off of that, right? And so what we built and what we are solving is filling that gap, right? So with blah blah protocol, it doesn't matter if you're a macro KOL, nano KOL, micro KOL. There's an even playing field now, and we do that by doing it a couple of ways. One, it's based off of authentic posts as opposed to follower account and botted and farmed engagement, right? View counts, retweets, quotes, and things like that. Those are important because the X algorithm likes it, right? But we score off of authenticity. So if Siren had a leaderboard with blah blah, and influencer posted jam at Syrian AI, that's even if they had 100,000 followers, that's a lazy post, right? That's farming. And so what we do is our AI system scores authenticity when it comes to the post. How deep dive did you go into the project, right? Are you making videos? Are you making graphics with your text? Or are you just making text, right? Doesn't matter which language you're making the content in, our AI system can ingest it all. So that's the first way. The second way is our clan system, which is really unique within itself. is we allow people to form these clans. One person applies to be a clan leader, and then he or she gets 20 people, 20 to 50 people inside of their clan. Now, the clan activates at 20 people, but you can have up to 50 people. And what happens is once you create content for a certain leaderboard, you go up and your points are tallied together. So now you can go up as one entity against macro KOLs that decide to join in on the leaderboard and start making content.
That's awesome. Super unique with the clans use case. And I really resonate with that as well, because I fundamentally feel like questing is so flawed when you talk about, some of the predicaments you see with, Zili, Questin, all of these platforms. I mean, just absolutely riddled with bots. So you
Yep.
guys trying to bring like the authenticity to that. And also too, I mean, look at the amount of AI slop on X nowadays. I mean,
Yes.
people are just any Kaido campaign is just filled with AI, and we really
Correct.
lost a lot of the authenticity on X. So absolutely love what you're cooking up. So let's dive under the hood.
Sure.
Would love to kind of see it. I mean, it obviously sounds amazing, but yeah, I think that people want to see what it actually looks like.
Actually, yeah, I'll show you the dashboard and then I'll show you a couple of things behind the scenes of kind of how
Excellent.
we ingest tweets
I love
and
the
everything.
branding too. I love
Yeah,
I
listen,
think your branding like reflects the brand as well, and it's very on point.
we're a fun company, especially with VentureMind, man. We the space, we're serious when we need to, and we push and things like that, but a lot of times people are stressed in this space, and they're all over the place, and we're fun, right? And so we want to reflect that a bit. So let me share screen for a second. I'll show you the landing page, and then we'll jump right into the dashboard.
Awesome. And I love your past work too. You were mentioning with Juicebox, and
Sure.
like that was a
Oh
that
yeah,
was a
yeah.
truly fun
Man,
brand.
that was
I
that was the
loved your guys'
whole
branding back in the
man.
day.
It's insane, man. Moon Dow, all those DAOs, man. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. It
Yeah,
really
it
was a
was a
crazy.
wild time for sure.
So this is our leaderboard. This is so season 0 literally just ended. So this was our own leaderboard since we are launching, right? And for the past I want to say 6 to 8 weeks, we've onboarded so many micro nano KOLs that have been talking about blah blah protocol, putting the word out about it, creating content about it, going up the leaderboard for the past almost 8 weeks, right? And our leaderboard was at 20,000 USDC paid out. And now these are the winners, and the payouts happen next Friday, right? And so what this does is this shows that, okay, who are these new guys, right? Like, what are they trying to do? How are we participating in this? Shall we participate with this platform? Because we're not the only one in the space. We're not the only new one in the space. But we're attacking it from a unique standpoint of, capturing the 200 million plus, Filipino, Nigerian, Latin America, everyone that is migrating on X and wanting to create content, right? But they also want to earn. This is Web3. So people want something for something, right? So if you're going to use your account to create good content, because we don't want you to get shadow banned by trying to spam and farm, great. You can create it, it forces the KOL to make that good content so that their account grows organically, right? But they have to be incentivized, just like any other. If you're running any other campaign, it doesn't matter if it's a political campaign, marketing campaign. People are incentivized because of what the campaign entails and how much budget you're applying to the campaign. This isn't new. This is marketing across the board. So for projects that we onboard, whether in Web 2 and Web 3, they have to incentivize the community to want to do a deep dive in what they're really building. And it's a founder's dream to get the attention, right? Because listen, you could build the best product in the world and go to the highest mountain and shout it from the mountaintop, and nobody will hear you, because the it's now an attention game when it comes to how do you push traffic towards your website, how do you push traffic towards your product, how do you get those MRRs and ARRs so you can go pitch to the VCs and show them your metrics and your traction and things like that, right? people are spread out across the board of marketing campaigns and ads and TikToks and Instagrams and you name it, right? Product Hunt, Reddit, a lot of these things, right? So we're just kind of in that space of on X, but expanding from there. But this is kind of what this displayed is that these guys went on, they've climbed up the leaderboard, and these are their pool payouts, right? So, and this just goes to show who the winners are for season 0, how they're paid out, what they're going to be paid out, and just kind of showcasing them a bit, right? So
And the season
let me
0 was particularly for blah blah itself.
correct. Yes, yeah, for blah blah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
mean, listen,
Very cool.
why not? If you're gonna be an InfoFi platform, right, and you're trying to get yourself out there, what better way than to just push your first you be the guinea pig, you be
Mm,
the leader of saying, okay, if people are going to be actually interested in the platform,
right.
let them talk about us and see if they like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like let
I
them
love that.
see if they like, if they want to be a part of this community and part of this platform. If they don't, we would have seen the results because we have all the data, right? And
Definitely.
it's been great, organically grown to 4,000 plus members, no bots, no spam.
Crazy.
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, within 2 months, right? And so we didn't want to bot our account. We didn't want to go and try to pay someone and get 100,000 followers and all this other nonsense. Like if frankly speaking, if you have 4,000 real engaged followers or 5,000 or 20,000 engaged, that's huge,
Of
right? That's
course.
actually
Yeah.
engaging every single
Especially on
day with the
X.
post. Oh my God. Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy. And talk to me more
So
about this Blabs. Like, is that essentially like an AI coefficient? The Blabs. That's a score essentially.
yeah, so it's like a yap, right? Or a quack,
Okay.
or
Gotcha.
any of the other or any of the other cool nicknames that you give basically a point system, right?
Right.
Essentially on other platforms, people earn these points and it ranks them. It gives them this social ranking. And what I found is that a lot of people are more proud of the social ranking than actually winning the reward pool. You know what I mean? Because it's so
It is a flex.
unachievable, and
It's a huge flex for
it's a
sure.
flex, yeah. And
Yeah.
and listen, it's a flex, and I have this many that and this many that, and so but then no one is benefiting from the projects that are being onboarded and putting up these reward pools and these incentives. You're just basically flexing with the points. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I
Mhm.
get it. I understand it. But don't you want to don't you want to win? Don't you want to really push? And I think it's the mindset that it's so high up there in order to really be top 10, top 20 on different leaderboards that
Right.
I'll use that flex to do other things to earn money, so
Mm.
I can be incentivized. I'm ranked this high
Yeah.
with this many points on this platform, so this is what I charge for you to make if I make a post about you, if that makes sense.
Of course.
And what we're
Absolutely.
yeah, and what we're
Um,
saying is you can do that and you can earn from the reward pool from the leaderboards because it's a fair playing field.
Absolutely. And talk to us more about the revenue model. So I'm sure you're, working with the brands as well. How are you onboarding the brands that you're working with?
So this is the cool part about it is that when projects onboard, usually they're hit with a 5 or 6 figure onboarding fee, right?
Mm,
And all it is that the leaderboard that they get and the popularity of the platform is there, but the data that's coming in is the same. It's all the data being pulled from the XAPI, right? And
mhm.
so how you package that and market that and so on and so forth is going to filter to the project. So with us, with onboarding, there's a couple things. So we know that the XAPI is very expensive. Even if you're
Yeah,
at 20,000, it's very, very expensive,
it
starting
is.
at
It's mad expensive.
$54,000 a month, 54K a month. And
Right.
so in that US dollar. And so
Exactly.
when and you get like about a million plus credits or something like that. So
Hmm.
in my mind as a founder, I'm like, how do we compete? Look how expensive how the hell do we compete? Even if we were to onboard 20,000, I'm sorry, because we hit 25,000 users, but what if we onboard 50,000, 100,000 active users? We couldn't pull all that data because it's too expensive, right? And so
Yeah.
what we did is in-house, we built this in-house script. And so what happens is it's called batch pooling. So even if we have 50,000 active users on the platform, all talking about the projects that we have inside the mention system, the batch pool script, what it does is it takes all of those posts that we pull like every 2 hours, and it batch pulls it together, and it only costs 1 credit, right? So now we are getting the same data that everyone else is getting 80 to 90% cheaper than everyone else just because of this one
Oh,
script.
wow.
So now we can play ball, right? So now it's not about the data anymore. It's about how do we incentivize projects to onboard? How do we really have those 80 to 90% discounts? How do we filter that to the projects? So that I say that to say
Right.
this is when we onboard, a project will come to us, and even 5 or 6 figures is a lot for a small project, right? And that's why I love what you
Sure.
guys
Of
do,
course.
right? Because you can kill your entire budget just to get a leaderboard, and that shouldn't be the case. So if
No
you know what I
doubt.
mean, so if a project comes to us and we have a small onboarding fee, if they can't pay that onboarding fee, then they'll use the blah token, they'll lock it up, and then we'll give them a free leaderboard. And now they still have to put up their own reward pool, right? But what that does
Right.
is it does two things. It removes the gate for them to get a leaderboard and start the community start talking about their project because they're trying to earn that reward pool. But the second thing it does is it removes the blah token from the open market, right? And it locks it up.
Right.
There's no staking or anything like that. It's fully locked. Now, say for instance something bad happens with the project, right? Um, this is that those locked blahs are a protection to the community that's been talking about the project and going up the leaderboard. So, and this is Web3. Anything
Um,
happens, right? Um,
mhm.
so if something
And
happens to that,
do
yeah, go ahead.
the tweeters actually earn in blah blah token as well? Or yeah, talk to me more about kind of the tokenization. I know you were getting into it a bit.
Yeah, for sure. So when they lock up those tokens, it's not earning; they're essentially locked. So if anything ever happens to the project,
Mm.
we can still pay out the community, right? We can still pay out the
Ah,
community
okay.
because you see that a lot
Great.
in the space and socialize that when a project doesn't pay out the reward pool or decides to change his
Right.
mind and do all
Absolute
this other thing,
mess.
you kind of
Yeah.
SOL, right?
A lot of
Um,
fun.
yeah, and then so the platform has no accountability. Said, hey, it's just Web3. This is crypto, and then the
Mhm.
community is left with, damn, you know what I mean? Like I did all of this and I get nothing,
Peanuts. Yeah.
right? So this is
Hmm.
this is a protecting for if we're gonna protect the project by making sure our users are being accounted for as far as making authentic posts and we're holding them accountable,
Hmm.
we have to protect our community as well and hold the project accountable, right?
Right.
And so
Excellent.
yeah, so this is the thing. So if they don't have to use the blah and lock it up. They can pay in stables, right? They can pay a flat fee, but it's more incentivized to use the blah because then you don't have that huge gate of paying out this medium sized amount, right?
Yeah.
And so with the
Absolutely.
tokenization, also a couple more things is our clan system. The clan system is specific.
Yeah. I did want to dive into that.
Yeah. So our clan system is specifically for nano and micro KOLs. This is for them to grow, lead a community, go up the leaderboard, and compete with the big guys. I think you would need between 100 and 500 followers to apply as a clan leader, right? We do our due diligence, make sure your account's not botted, you don't do any IP masking, farming, or anything like that. Then you're approved to create a clan. Once you create a clan, then you can start putting out the words, hey, come join my clan, come do this, come do this. And so you graduate at 15,000 followers. You can no longer have a free clan. That's just like a graduation for you, right? Like, because at that point, I think you have a pretty solid community if you start at that low. But what happens is once you're approved to create a clan, then you start your rev share model. So with the rev share, basically what happens is, let's say for instance, the reward pool is $1,000 and your clan is number one and the payout is $200. You have to share those rewards with your clan, right? So what the clan leader does before he forms his clan is he sets the rev share model. The rev share can be 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, or whatever, right? But not towards the clan leader, right? Like, for example,
Yeah.
No one would probably join your clan if you have the 50-50 rev share, meaning that if no matter what reward pool we win, I get 50% as a clan leader, and then the other 20 people have to split the rest of the 50%. I don't think, and see,
Yeah.
that's the freedom that you can look at a clan. What's the rev share? Oh, okay, cool. No, man, hell no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Or it's a pretty cool one. It's 80-20, 80 going to the community, 20 going to the
Yeah.
clan leader. They might like that better, right? And so that's why we're launching it in V2. It's post launch, we're launching in V2, because we have to think about how we really bring this to market, and we've been listening to the community a lot. Going back to tokenization, some of the larger macro KOs reached out to me and said, "Hey, when you do launch a clan, we want clans too." I get it. I understand it. It's very powerful in the hands of a macro KOL. And I said, okay, if you want a clan, you're gonna have to pay for it monthly in the block token. It'd be a monthly subscription fee, and you'll pay for it in the block token, right? So what that does is that creates that revenue. That's a second form of revenue that it creates for those using that clan system. I'm not clan, yeah, the clan system, and they have to pay for it monthly if they're a macro KOL. It's free for the small guys. Big guys got to pay. And last but not least, for any user, right? Any user on the platform, maybe you want your own leaderboard. Maybe you have projects that you're connected with and that you want to promote them on your leaderboard in particular, and they don't want to actually am I still here? Yeah, they don't want to actually sorry, I lost my train of thought. They don't want to actually like onboard that project to the officially blah blah protocol. You can have your own leaderboard, and you can pay for that in the block token as well.
Excellent. Yeah, I absolutely love that. So freaking cool. I've never seen that clan type of experience. It's so gamified and it's just so fascinating. So I absolutely love it. Talk to me a little bit more about
Yep.
where you see the product roadmap, kind of 3 months to 1 year from now.
Yeah. So after launch, right, and we can talk about that more on next stream or this stream, doesn't matter. But after launch, there's the thing that we want to do and achieve is a couple of things. One, we're doing our V2 launch, and what V2 is, it's a fully redesigned website, redesigned dashboard, adding in all the new features. Clans will be activated, right? So now you can actually start applying, doing all of these things. It's kind of like a facelift, right? It's like going to the party, with just your regular clothes on. Now that you've kind of established yourself a bit, you can buy yourself a suit, right? So basically, just remixing the site and making sure everything is good and pretty, and that everyone kind of enjoys the UX of it, right? The UI can be enjoyed, but also how it flows. Like what do you get, right? The second thing is onboarding projects now, right? And so when we're onboarding projects, there's due diligence and things that we have to do. You're talking with founders. You have to create a separate team for that. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Syrian does. And so what you want to do is, it's not even about, and it's Web 2 and Web 3 projects because both need the same. Everyone is building on X now. So it's not like, oh, there's no Web 2 people on X. That's definitely a lie, right? Like, so everyone is building on X. So bringing attention to every project across the board, and onboarding them, getting their leaderboard up, getting them ready to go, and getting the community engaged and activated, right? And what it does is it makes sure that everyone, no matter what the project niche is, it might be something that you never knew about, and you might start deep diving into it, and you actually might start using the project and using the product that they offer, right? It from AI, robotics, CeFi, DeFi, RWAs. I mean, the whole prediction markets, and poly market, and Kalshi and all this other stuff. Like, there's so much happening for next year, right? So pick and choose as we onboard more projects. Pick and choose where you want to be, who you want to talk about, what leaderboard you want to go up on, how big is the reward put on this side for this leaderboard as opposed to the other one, right? And that's kind of the biggest thing for us. We have some stuff coming up for the World Cup as well, some leaderboards for that, some really cool stuff for that.
Let's
And
go. Awesome.
yeah, man. So it's going to be a great 2026 for us, as that's in a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's where we're heading.
Amazing. Absolutely loved it. Extremely impressed with the work you guys have done. You've really laid the groundwork here. And this thing is absolutely phenomenal. So count me as super bullish. Thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it. We'll definitely chat more.
Yep.
Leading up to the TGE.
Yep.
But yeah, this has been super informative, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And once
Awesome.
again, big shout out to the Siren AI team. Always a great partner.
Yes,
Always love
Cyrene
what you
is cooking.
I always love what you guys are doing, and
Yes.
I'm serious. I'm definitely serious about that. You guys are really making some moves, and
Yeah.
it's a great thing for founders. It's a great thing for founders. If I have to repeat that
Absolutely.
again, so yeah,
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And the team is just truly phenomenal and so humble. So I absolutely
yeah,
love working with them.
yeah. Ash and all those
But
guys
thank you so
they're
much.
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, they're sweet. Very, very sweet humans. So thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And we'll chat soon.
Say thanks, Tony. Talk soon, guys.
All right.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
bye.
Bye now.